Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by Apex Irons from Callaway.
Hey there, I'm George Savarickas inside our Golf Channel studios, the PGA Tour, with their second event on the schedule to kick off this new season in Jackson, Mississippi. It's the Sanderson Farms Championship. Saw some low scores round number one at the Country Club of Jackson. Sahith Theegala, 8 under, 64, one-shot lead over Nick Watney and Harold Varner III. Those guys in a tie for second. HV3 and his wife Amanda expecting their first child in the next week or so, but she said Harold play this week, and he is making the most of it so far.
Big putt there on the last to get himself to 8 under. Sahith, 64 for the first day here. What were the keys that helped you get to that score?
Yeah, I just hit it really well today. There's no other way around it. I again, hole 10, starting a par 3, it's a little different. You don't do that often, so there's a little more emphasis on just making sure I'm comfortable there, and hit a good shot off that tee, so that kind of already set the tone, and was able to roll in a nice, maybe 15-footer on the first one. So it was kind of like that all day. I just hit it really well, hit my driver fantastic, which is usually the part of my game that's a little bit that I've been working really hard on, and that's kind of cost me in the past, but hit a lot of fairways, and felt really good with my iron game, so it was really stress-free 8 under. I mean, it could have been lower. I mean, I made my fair share of putts for sure, but I had a couple looks coming in that kind of want back, but that's golf.
You came out and birdied your first 3. What was going through your mind when you saw all those good numbers?
Yeah, the first hole was big again, like making a 2 on a hole, that's pretty tough. They had the box one up, which was nice, but again, starting a par 3 is so weird, so making a 2 on the first hole is such a good feeling, and that next drive was really important too, because you put that ball in the fairway, and I think a lot of guys are getting there pretty easily, but if you put it in the rough, you're almost hoping you make 5 kind of thing, and pipe the drive there, and 2 putted for birdies. So it's always nice to have 2 putt birdies, and just kind of got it rolling from there. Just again, like the key for me was just keeping it in the fairways.
How much confidence did you take from making the cut at the Fortinet Championship and knowing that you can do that out here?
For sure. That was awesome. It was really kind of worked out really well that it was a California event, and I just felt so comfortable. I had all my family members there, and I had my caddy Zach, who caddied for me for a while there, and he's such a great dude, and he's from Napa, and having that kind of local support and having played there the year before as well, it was just really comfortable. I think if I started at another place, I would have been a little more nervous, like kind of not feeling like a local. But I know I had to drive 6 hours, but I still felt like, it's kind of a local event and playing on familiar grasses and all that kind of stuff. And it was awesome, like getting to meet a lot of guys and meeting like the PGA Tour staff and even you guys. Like it was pretty cool. So I felt really comfortable and definitely take confidence away from that.
Yeah, well, it was fun for us to meet you as well, but there's a lot of golf left to be played this week. What are going to be the important factors for you to keep going the rest of the week? Yeah,
just keep doing what I'm doing. Me and Carl are just having a really good time out there, and that's something my dad's told me from a young age, just go and enjoy it. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. If the golf is there, great. If not, I'm still going to keep enjoying it. So not going to think too much about it. Just keep doing my thing.
Well, we certainly enjoyed getting to watch it. Best of luck rest of the week, Sahith.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Let's get to know the man who had the, best strokes gained putting in round number one. A little better. Theegala made the cut at the 2017 Genesis Invitational as an amateur, 2020 Fred Haskins Award winner, 62 first round as a pro, had 2 top 6 finishes, Korn Ferry Tour finals. That's how he got his PGA Tour card, where he is now a rookie and making a splash at the Sanderson Farms. Over on the LPGA Tour, the Shoprite LPGA Classic in Atlantic City, where it's had a home for quite some time, and those fans have reason to be excited this week. 7 of the top 10 in the world playing this week. Historic week for our broadcast team, an all-female broadcast team, headlined by Judy Rankin and our Cara Banks, who is on play-by-play.
George, thank you. We're so excited for this week to get started. It's been a good couple of days so far, getting used to this position next to Judy Rankin in the booth. Couldn't be in safer hands, could I, Judy? You're going to show me the ropes this week.
I certainly hope so. I'm going to show you the ropes. Thank you so much for being here.
I've got a World Golf Hall of Famer next to me, and we've got a heck of a golf tournament that's shaping up behind us. We had a wonderful year last year, didn't we, with Mel Reid breaking through in spectacular fashion. And once again, we've got another great field assembled.
Yeah, we do have a wonderful field. Players love to come to this place. They love to play this golf course. The community gets very involved, and it is a charmer of a golf course, a Donald Ross course that a lot of his influence remains on this golf course, even though it's been tweaked a little bit here and there. But a golf course that's under 6,200 yards and still provides plenty of excitement and of players' full attention. Watch golf balls as they get on the green and as they get off the green and so on. That's Donald Ross's signature.
Well, we've got an all-female broadcast crew this week. You might have heard about it, so let's take a minute to hear from each of them, starting with Paige McKenzie.
Well, Cara, the Bay course at Seaview provides a great challenge for these players. A 1915 Donald Ross layout. It's challenging, but most importantly, it's challenging because of the conditions that these players have to play in. The wings total over the 3-day event has been -4 all the way up to -17, so very much is weather condition dependent. And this weekend we're going to see winds from 5 to 15 miles an hour on this coastal Bay course, so it's going to provide a big test for some of the best players in the world. And for more on those great players, Kay, over to you.
Thanks, Paige. I'm going to be heading out with a trio of past champions. The first is Mel Reid, who finally broke through and won on the LPGA for the first time last year at the Shoprite. It'll be interesting to see how she handles being a defending champion. Anna Nordquist comes in off of a kind of a strange week last week, missed her first cut on the season. It'll be interesting to see whether she kind of flips things around and focuses better, or maybe that was an indicator that she's getting a little tired at this point in the year. Stacey Lewis, she's also a two-time champion here, a very intelligent player. Not surprising to see her plod her way around this golf course very well over the years. She's coming off a great finish last week at Arkansas, tied for 6th, so maybe she'll keep that momentum going. Let's throw it over to Karen.
Well, thanks, Kay. I have a very intriguing group also. I've got Ali Lewin, Jin Young Ko and Leona Maguire. It'd be very easy for me to stand here and talk about Jin Young Ko. I mean, when you consider what she's done in the game and former world #1, I mean, this golf course would be very suited for her to play well on. But I'd like to focus on Leona Maguire. I mean, after that stunning performance that she put in there for Team Europe at the Solheim Cup, how can you not want a player like that to go ahead and produce that same kind of form again on this golf course where you have to be a little bit gritty, a little bit determined? And I think that's exactly what Leona Maguire brings to the table, and I'm looking forward to watching her do that tomorrow.
Okay, Karen, thank you. And I know Leona Maguire is a lady that you've got your eye on as well this week, Judy. Why's that?
Yeah, I have to reiterate everything that Karen said, but also this is her first time back playing on the LPGA Tour in the U.S. since that stunning golf that she played at the Solheim Cup matches in Toledo. So she is certainly deserving of our full attention.
She had a big celebration back home in Ireland as well. They really treated her well. What a moment it was, becoming the first Irish woman, of course, ever to compete in the Solheim Cup. Now, many will be looking at the field list this week and their eyes drawn to Lexi Thompson. Hasn't won, of course, since she did here in 2019. What are your impressions of her opportunities this week?
Well, first of all, she has a huge fan base. So anytime Lexi's in the field, there are more eyes watching. The thing that I have seen with Lexi Thompson over the summer is, I believe, and you wouldn't have thought you were going to hear this from me a year or two ago, I believe she's putting better and better all the time. And I have often wondered how good she could be if she ever got the hot putter, or just a really strong putter. And I think she's starting to be that, and she might be gaining some confidence in that part of the game.
Okay, there we go. Plenty of storylines, George, to dig into. We're looking forward to it, all beginning with our coverage at 1 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Cara. That's going to be a great watch. Second round of the European Tour's Alfred Dunhill Links Championship, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We're on with Golf Central pregame at noon, LPGA coverage, and then the PGA Tour Sanderson Farms Championship at 4 o'clock Eastern. Thanks so much for joining us.